What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, give you that raw content that you deservedly need. And I saw something very glaring, and I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't losing my mind, but I saw it. And I'm not the only one. A couple of people on social media saw what I saw. Lamelo Ball, I believe he got froze out. I truly believe it. I'm not saying this because he had 0 points. Besides, he only played 16 minutes and he only took 5 shots. So I'm not making any excuses for LaMelo. Besides that, I mean, he controlled the pace. His IQ is elite. His handle's elite. You know, his shot is going to come. It wasn't like errant shots or something. He had one that was like a floater, and in that shot he usually makes. So I'm not really worried about it. But I saw the Martin twins. I don't know if it's personal. I don't know if they're just looking out for their own. But they literally looked out LaMelo. They looked him off. It was pretty obvious. In the game where LaMelo was just trying to work on things that he's not good at, his weaknesses, there were 4 to 5, probably 6 baskets, easy baskets LaMelo would have had if they would have hit him. The film doesn't lie. It was a total freeze out. So you guys know Ricky G. A lot of people know him. He's been around coaching for a while. There's some things we agree on. There's some things we disagree on. But he's seen it all. Like he says, he's been an NBA fan since 1968. And he's definitely had his opinions on the Ball family. It's pretty obvious. But look at what he says. I need to talk about an issue I saw tonight. I went back to watch it again. I don't know if it's lack of talent or on purpose, but I saw the twins on the Hornets look LaMelo off several times tonight. When he said that, a person who is not a Ball family fan like that, he may root for certain things, but he'll definitely criticize a couple things. He's old school, and, it's his prerogative. When he said this, that's when you knew. This stuff is real. Now, at first, I didn't mind LaMelo coming off the bench. I knew a lot of rookies didn't have enough time, didn't have a proper offseason. But what I saw was pathetic. The only person in a second team that I saw being a really good teammate was Miles Bridges. I'm not talking about the starters or anything. I'm talking about the second unit, Miles Bridges. The only one. I get it. A lot of players are trying to get theirs and all that. But when you freeze someone off, that's glaring. That can't happen to your number 3 pick. And can you imagine if they didn't freeze him off and he had a couple of easy buckets? Nobody would talk about he had 0 points. They would have said he had about 10 to 12 points, 10 assists, 10 to 12 points, 10 rebounds, and almost double-digit assists if they were willing to play the right way. Now, when I looked at the film, when I saw it, and I saw it a couple possessions, I did not want this to be true. I did not want him to go through this type of stuff. But it's glaring. And I don't know what Mitch Kupchak has to do, but a couple things need to be rectified. Mitch Kupchak has done a fantastic job of putting pieces on this roster, and I'm taking nothing away from him. I'm not over-exaggerating because I'm a fan of Lamelo Ball. I don't care if it's Anthony Edwards. I don't care if it's James Wiseman. I don't care who it is. When you freeze rookies out, that's not right. I'm all about the integrity of the game of basketball. And that stuff should be not in the rule. Should not be tolerated at all. Shouldn't. But yeah, it's glaring. And not just coach. Many others have had an opinion on this. Tony Parker, who used to play for UCLA, said LaMelo going to deal with jealousy in that locker room. So he was hinting that players were freezing him out during the game. Now, we heard a lot of player interviews talking about how they love and appreciate Lamelo Ball and smiling, and I'm sure they do, but the ego must have kicked in when they heard that a lot of fans wanted to see him and only him. Some of those players, and it may not just be Cody Martin and others, maybe more, were jealous. You don't have to take my word for it. A lot of folks, whether they agree, if they see LaMelo to be a great prospect or not, have said the same thing. I'm not saying this bullshit just to start some stuff. When you watch film, when you really watch film and you're not a stat watcher, you're not a Shine that's on YouTube, that's probably making a live stream video right now saying LaMelo has a 0 points, that looked at the stat line and didn't watch the full game. If you're a person that actually analyzes sports properly, you will get what I'm talking about and what these other folks are talking about. I'm not saying this to be a person that's trying to fight and defend LaMelo all the time. There's a lot of things that he needs to improve on. His defensive stance needs to improve, even though he's a lot better. And his talent alone, wingspan, hands, makes up for bad defensive position. That needs to improve, but it looks like he's going at the right direction. Also, the floaters that he takes, he's got to switch it up. You know, sometimes you got to do a simple mid-range pull-up shot, then that floater. I'm not saying to lose the floater, but you got to change up and add more to your repertoire, and I think he'll work on that. And one more thing. You realize LaMelo at the beginning of the game was attacking the basket very aggressive until he got hit. And he flew in the air, and that should have been a foul. When he realized he wasn't getting the foul calls, what did he do? He started to shoot the three more than he should have. I want him to continue to be consistent in driving the basket and trying to draw fouls. The same stuff he was trying to do in the first half. If they don't call it, they don't call it. But he's a rookie. He's going to learn. And again, this is the preseason. I told people when I made my stream today that Shines were going to overreact. You see my tone right now? It's not angry that he didn't score a point or anything. If you actually watch the film, he should have had 12 points. Should have had 6 baskets. But he'll learn from it and grow. But I'm glad this happened, because I wanted to see everyone who doesn't know about basketball to speak, and everyone who actually pays attention to speak as well. So you could see on social media and everything who knows about basketball, who doesn't. He played 16 freaking minutes. I wasn't going to expect the full potential from him in a preseason game playing 16 minutes. Here's some stuff I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Martin twins playing 20 or even more than 20 minutes, taking up all the shots, on 3 for 3. They wanted to be the point guard, not passing the ball back to Lamelo Ball. And did you see in the game, when they took Lamelo out, the Toronto Raptors made a run. especially in that second quarter. That's why I say point guards are so important, especially point guards that could distribute the ball like he does. He was pushing that rock. I have a cousin that lives in Dallas, cannot stand the Ball family. We debate over the Ball family all the time. He literally told me that Lamelo was the best player on the Hornets tonight, and he only played 16 minutes. And I thought he was joking. But he told me he controlled the whole pace. Everybody else was trying to get theirs. You know the glaring thing my cousin told me, my kinfolk told me? He said that it looked like the Hornets have two shooting guards out there with Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham. That should tell you enough who should start. I don't know. Jordan got to make a move, man. I'm just the messenger. But what I saw today, man, you gotta treat your number 3 pick right. Again, this is no excuses. I already stated what LaMelo has to work on. It's pretty obvious. Shot selection, defensive position. I've already stated it. So let these kids grow. Anthony Edwards have a bad game right now. So far, he's shooting 2 for 9 right now. Playing more minutes, taking more shots, and no one is criticizing him. I told you this was going to happen. I told you. But Anthony Edwards is not a ball. James Wiseman is not a ball, so you won't hear any criticism. I get it. I'm still rooting for Anthony Edwards. I'm rooting for all the rookies. Like I said, give the rookies until mid-January to be back in speed. Right now it's training camp, even though it's preseason and the season about to start. This is pretty much training camp. Any rookie, I don't care if it's freaking Dwayne Wade or LeBron James in their rookie year, would not have it as easy if they did not have the full offseason. This COVID year is unpredictable. A lot of people lost their lives, and I think others are just not taking it seriously. They're saying, "Oh, you're making excuses." I'm just keeping it real. This whole season is rushed. It's all rushed. But like I said, I'm just the messenger. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to Lamelo Ball, man. I know he didn't get his points, but he looked like a general today, especially when he had teammates freezing him out. You know, he got to keep his head up. But I know he will. He got that ruling class mentality, just like his father. That's the one thing I'm not worried about LaMelo. You know, he don't do all that, woe is me. He'll be fine. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like, share all the content. Peace and love to y'all.